Oh, hello. Yeah, we can't talk. Thanks. Another neighbour. Yeah, that's sort of the works around here. Saying g'day to everyone. Cheers. Yeah, that's Flash. Grew up surfing with him. There's about 5 guys that live in further down, and they basically taught a couple of mates of mine that live around here how to surf and that. So I grew up surfing with my old man. The neighbourhood, like before when we first started driving, there's like 6 old guys that I always surf with religiously. Like, yeah, I'm always having a good yarn with them because, you know, like when I think about surfing, that's like those guys pop up for me in my head, you know. See that little camera on that little house up there in the chimney? That's the swell net camera, that tiny little thing. Hank, how are ya?
Did you find anything?
Yeah, I just checked Wright Car Park and St Andrews, and it's pretty clean, about 4 to 5 foot. But I'm thinking maybe just out at the back of ours, on the high, or like around about now-ish, you know. Why? What are you doing?
I just got home, so I might walk over and have a look.
All right, I might see you over there then. All right, easy mate. I'll see you shortly. That's how some of our conversations go. That's Hank. We don't say that. We just ask how's it going. What's the swell doing? The relief and sort of the therapeutic side of surfing, of just getting in the water and, you know, that first feeling of, you know, duck diving or getting your head underwater, it's just so refreshing. And for me, that helps me just clear my head. You know, if I've got any feelings or anger or sort of these things that are like bugging me through the week, like it's just a great way to unwind. And I could have a bad game or cop a bit of criticism, whatever, but like I'll just go out surfing and that's the reset I need and all those things. You do your meetings and you can get sprayed and all those things, but yeah, surfing just brings you back to that sort of simple factor of just being grounded, I guess. It's good. You can clock up some time in the water and it's a great way of staying fit as well. My sort of best days is when, especially in the pre-season, is when I train in the morning, do the runs, do my weightlifting with my PT, and then the surf's good like all day. So then that's like a perfect day for myself because I'm doing everything that I need to do to get myself right for the upcoming season or whatever it is, you know. So yeah. Yeah, so the surfing injury, the famous one. Yeah, so I was surfing actually, not at the back of my place, but still walking distance. And I caught this wave and I did this turn and for some reason my toe was just like, it like bounced off the whitewash and it just like did this weird as like movement. The toe, like say that's my like toe joint, I ended up pushing it too far this way. So like it's hit the whitewash and gone too far that way and I've stretched all these outside ligaments on the joint. So I ruptured the joint and tore a bit of the tendon in there. And I went in and I was like, oh no, don't tell me this is like bad. I had to walk back with it and I was like, it was still in pain and that. And then I put some ice on it and I was still in pain. I was like, okay, this is no good. Called the docs that night and said, all right, we'll check in the morning. And then I just had to tell Clarko that I was going to be no good. Then I missed the last 2 games, I think it was. And yeah, he was pretty filthy because they were winnable games as well. So yeah, I mean, lesson learnt. It was a freak accident. Hopefully it doesn't happen again.
Woohoo, Luke, you got a goal.
I think the best memories about local footy is obviously playing for Rye Football Club was just like everyone that I went to school with, like all my mates back then were the guys I played in the same side with. But I was actually pretty lucky to play with a couple of guys in like V Country that ended up making it to the AFL, which was like Hunter Clark, Tommy DeConing. So Hunter and Tommy, I used to verse, they used to play for Mount Martha and I was at Rye, so we used to always verse local footy together. I was actually like this size when I was 14 and they were like sticks still, so I could like just tower them up, which was great. But Tommy's like 200 centimetres now, so they're 2 of my good mates growing up, so I catch up with those boys a fair bit because of the industry that we're in. I was lucky enough to get a couple of league BNFs, so like I said, I think I was just bigger than everyone else, so I just standed out more. I don't think I was any much better at playing football, I just was a man-child.
Number 15.
I would just like to thank my boys for winning the grand final. And couldn't have done it without Martha getting us going for our money.
Yeah.
And I would just like to thank Dane for being the best coach of the year.
LDU came to me when he was 14. He heard Jacob Wiedering was here training with me, and he brought a few of the Stingray guys along. They had a pretty elite group going, and in that group, a fair few of them got drafted. Very competitive environment, and pushed him along all the way.
I tie in my weightlifting to Bryce's program and the North program. Bryce and the gym coach, Johnny Layden, normally have a conversation over the phone just like as to what it's going to look like. So that's how it ties into the club. So throughout the off-season sessions really just look like leg strength, and I'm working on my weapon, which is sort of my explosiveness to make it out of a pack or break tackles, and my side steps and all those things. So that's what we really work on. Those are the sort of key movement patterns. So we do like a lot of squats, trap bar stuff, and we've recently just diving into a bit of knee health stuff because I struggled with a bit of patella stuff last year. So yeah, we've been working on those things this off-season.
Yeah, LDU's improvements since he's 14 has been quite immense. For the first session in the off-season, he just comes in so much stronger than he used to be. He's just always willing to sharpen his weapons and work on his weapons and make them like lethal. He's always been in touch with me throughout the season, asking questions about how he can get more out of his body and perform at a better level. Before the end of the season, he's teaming up his off-season program with me and getting some lads down here to train with him to make the environment really good and competitive, and he gets the most out of everyone. Like, everyone sort of lifts a bit more when they're training with him.
Bryce is always making sure that we're working on our weapons. That's going to help us play our best football. So that's one thing that makes me keep coming back to Bryce, is because he's so diligent with his work. And yeah, I just love it here. I love training with Bryce. He makes me work harder.
He takes his preparation very seriously. It's one of the first things you notice about him in the football space. So I could take a lot from him, and we played pretty similar positions. So pretty much everything he did, I tried to mimic. Yeah,
I've been around long enough to influence the players, and yeah, I've got such a good connection with all the players. Like, it's funny that I'm a veteran, but I'm only 26 years old. So it sort of ties in well because I get along with everyone because we're all similar ages.
He's just got that nature about him where once he steps over the white line, or in training when you're coming up against him, he's always giving 100%. So it's always fun to play against him and match him and work against him in the gym too. So he just gets the most out of himself and out of you too.
I find that if I'm sort of driving standards, I feel like I help the group improve as well. So I'm always someone who's gives 110%. So yeah, hopefully boys latch on.
But he's just got this natural ability where everything just slows down for him, and he can pick gaps and explode out of stoppages and use fancy footwork that everyone knows to his advantage. So there's so many little things, and I think he plays on instinct most of the time. So he's a really hard person to stop and try tackle, and all those things just make him a great sort of player.
I walk onto the field knowing that I'm one of the better players out there, because if you don't have that sort of confidence, then you're sort of not going to really get anywhere with your football. So you've got to have that self-belief, and for me now it's all about sort of getting the younger guys to this next level that they can get to pretty quickly, and it looks like they're already going to be there. I feel like this is going to be a really exciting year in 2026, because it feels like the younger guys are all entering this phase where I sort of stepped up my game as well. All these guys that are like on the threshold of taking the game apart now. And it's like they're all entering that phase, so like we should be striving to make finals for 2026, because that's the ultimate goal. You want to win that big prize at the end and add that silverware. But fully convinced that this is the group, the coaching staff. Yeah, it feels like sort of the puzzles are all connected now, and it's time to get up there. I often get down coincidentally when the surf's good, so I don't tell my mum that, otherwise she gets a bit annoyed. But I do come down a lot to see her, because I do feel a little bit of remorse for her because she lives in the house that, you know, that my old man and her lived in for so long, and she's obviously reminded about it sort of all the time. And you know, we've all deal with grief a little bit differently, and she's handled it, you know, to the best as she can, and she's an awesome mother, and she does a lot for me and my sister. So my old man grew up in Camberwell, up in Melbourne, and actually travelled to surf down here with his mates whenever the surf was good, and actually fell in love with the place. And then my old man went to Bali and met my mother. My mum was from Sydney, so my old man had to send letters and all these things back in the day to keep her hanging around and all that stuff. So she ended up just wanting to be with my old man, and they ended up moving down here because Dad loved it so much. And I bought the family home off Mum, and she ended up buying a little bit closer to the beach on the same street basically. And yeah, we're all sort of going to be in the same hood, which will be good because, you know, it'll be like, you know, back in the day like it used to be. We're all together again, and it's one of the things that, you know, it's going to excite me for later in the future in life.
Pick 4, the North Melbourne Football Club have selected Luke Davies-Uniacke from the Dandenong Stingrays.
Well done, look. Give you confidence over there.
Congratulations.
You did it.
Yeah.
You did it, mate.
Oh.
Sure.
Oh no.
Sorry, do you want to hang?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, my dad was super excited when I got drafted, and yeah, he was so proud. And yeah, he never missed a game. I only played like a handful of games to begin with because I didn't really find my feet that early. So he was able to make most of my games, and I still have memories of him rocking up to an Adelaide game, and I was just in the race with a couple other emergencies, and he was just there because he didn't want to miss a beat. So there's little things like that you always miss. So
plays on, gives it to Davies-Uniacke. He goes for goal and gets it, and North Melbourne is still alive.
Yeah, I mean, it has its challenges at times, and you always think about him, but I can't really say how proud he would be, but I know he would be, so yeah.
There you go. Is it Dougie? It's the big sookie boy. And Dolly. Was it my gorgeous girl? Yes, you are.
Every time I come down, you get this great sense of appreciation of just like how far I've come in football and in life, but I get this unwavering sense of belonging like at this place, and it's a family home, and it's a place where I can just be away from everyone and break away from that cycle of football, I guess, which is good. Yeah, my mum had a massive part to play in me deciding to stay at North. I mean, she's obviously built some wonderful connections through the family side of the club, and that's another thing that's so great about North Melbourne is that it is one big family. And she was, yeah, in my ear a fair bit saying, "Oh, Luke, you can't leave, can you?" And all this stuff always reminded me. Yeah, she was obviously one of the first people to know as well. So, had a really important meeting with Sonia at a time too. There was probably maybe 10 minutes of us talking about my actual contract situation, but she just spoke about how I felt and how she genuinely cared about the whole situation. And she told me to just really go with my guts because that's all she's ever known. But I just really couldn't see myself in new colours at the end of the day. And once we started playing better football, I sort of made the choice that this is going to click pretty soon. So yeah.
Really important announcement that LDU has signed on for Saturday. You want to say anything, Luke?
No, love the place, it's great.
We didn't really have too many doubts because we know the type of person he is, which is just loyal, and he sees the vision for us as a football club. So mostly just excited for the next year and what we can do in that time frame.
It was incredibly humbling, the whole journey of that contract signing and everything going on. I play football at the end of the day to have fun and play with my mates, and those are sort of the reasons why I stayed, is because, you know, that there's been tons of jokes during the time of when it was 50-50, I guess, and the boys were saying how they'd belt me if they ever versed him or anything like that. So when it got done, it was like, pitch black and we're sitting on a bus. And it was just so hard to like not tell anyone, especially like my closest mates like Sylvie, Big X, Jizer, Elmac. A lot of these guys who I've been through a lot with, like I've had 6 coaches in 8 years, I think, so different game plans every year. So it's like just an abrupt sort of messaging and, you know, connecting with coaches and line coaches that's changing every year, but to have that stability now with Clarko and Toddy and the likes of all the coaches around them has been awesome. I think that was really the key thing that's been missing. I mean, Clarko's came into a club that he wasn't given the tools and the players that he first started with. And now, last year was sort of the first year where you could take on board the new game plan and get it ingrained in us. And then we've got another year and another year to get it done. So yeah, I can see us trending upwards pretty quickly.